because he had to shut down and restart the meeting, but I don't know why it kicked us out a second time.
Yeah. Brad, are you on?
I am on. I think there's a power struggle going on between between you and Paul as far as who's hosting the meeting.
I'm just using the link that came in a little while ago.
Yeah, so am I.
I think John Morgan had this one figured out.
Paul, where is he? Craig, are you on? What do you guys think about concrete?
No,
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. Concrete's better. It's going to last longer. It's going to hold up. It's more, all of those things.
agree with
But this whole project is to make it brick, to make it look old, even though it was never brick in the first place. It was dirt.
Right.
Uh,
I really don't. I'm not so sure I buy into the whole idea that concrete's more durable. I mean, I think it is very durable, but I think brick is just as durable. I bet you if you had somebody from the Brick, Association of America, they would say brick is the most durable. And I think it would be easier to replace a few bricks when a root pulls some bricks up, and that would put a crack in concrete. So then how do you fix that? I think it's fine as an alternative, but I would not want it as my first choice. As you said, it's not period appropriate.
Paul just texted me to say he's I am in again. Let's see.
Maybe if we all log,
We're
try it again.
here.
We're here. Well, not me.
I texted him to say we're here.
Oh.
He just texted to say he's in, and then he's telling us to try to log in. So maybe he's in a different room,
Yeah, we got different meetings, I guess.
but it's the same. I thought it was the same link.
Board of Health, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
I don't know. That's I guess they pay for theirs.
Yeah, I mean, I was sent this, I'm sure you were too, today. I'm looking for the time. It was from the Grafton Board of Health. Reminder, Historic District Commission meeting starts in 1 hour. Yeah, it was just 5:57.
Yeah.
Brad, what's your feeling on brick versus concrete or concrete versus brick?
I can't imagine after all this we wind up going with concrete.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially since if we can do it, and that's been what's been approved by the town.
Well, that's a good point too. It's what we went before the town and told them we were going to do.
All right, I'm here, guys.
There he is.
I don't, I came in as a, a guest, not the host, so I don't know how we're gonna end this thing, but.
I think I recognize that voice.
Did we lose Craig?
I think so.
I thought he jumped off.
Okay, yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
him.
he's not on this.
Well, wait a minute, I see participants 5, so hold on. Oh no, Grafton Board of Health.
Aren't you Board of Health? No, you're you.
Well, when I signed up, it apparently stayed open. I had everyone leave the meeting, and yet it stayed going. So I don't know. Let me see if I can change
You,
this.
you had us leave the meeting. You kicked us out and shut us down.
Yeah, because I was the host. I figured I had to because I had to shut down my whole computer. Maybe I didn't, but that was
Well, I
my
mean,
logic
after,
at any rate.
after we came back on, we got bumped out.
Okay. Well, you're here now. That's what matters. And
All
it
right,
is
so
recorded.
Craig
I'm here. Can you guys hear me now?
So, what's
That's
that?
Craig.
Oh, Craig's back.
I'm here.
Excellent.
Good.
If I could just grab the floor just for 1 second, I've been hearing some of the dialogue and I guess I'll say this, I'm glad you guys are thinking about brick over asphalt. And I know you guys went to town meeting with brick. I just heard that, which is, that could play into it. But, to me, when it comes to pavement, Billy said it's not period appropriate. To me, that's irrelevant. Okay. We need a pavement, a walking surface that is functional for people and safe for people, and durable and all that. I mean, will the bricks be there 50 years from now? Yeah, they'll be there, but in what condition are they going to be in? Because it's not a structural product. It's 3 inches thick. It's not a 4,000 PSI pavement with proper joint spacing that's going to be functional, and it's light in color, so it's going to reflect light and illuminate. The pavement, which is another safety lighting issue for people walking, and we know that there's a lot of activities up there at night, and I know you guys are adding lighting, which is great. So don't kid yourself that this is going to be a long-term functional walking surface for the community, because it just isn't. It's going to move, and for people that have a hard time, it's going to become a safety issue at some point. May not be for 10 years, but we're hoping that that's going to be around a lot longer than that. And then if you have to take up that material and reset those bricks, that's not a 5-minute job or an inexpensive job. So it'll look great, but I don't think when it comes to something like that, the functionality should come before form. And I don't think the historic significance should play into it over a performance pavement for public, space.
This is approved by the Handicap Accessibility Board, and it's an approved material as used with handicap accessibility. So it's not that it's disallowed. It's actually allowed if we do it
Yeah.
correctly.
Well, when you look at every handicap ramp that there is, Mass DOT spec, what are they all made out of?
Well,
Asphalt?
that's
No, they're all made out of concrete. You can have an asphalt sidewalk, but the handicap, the access, the ramps, they're all concrete. Right?
Yeah, I'm kidding you, yeah.
But if you guys listen.
Well, go to Beacon Hill. Go to Beacon Hill. I bet that's not the case.
Yeah, Beacon Hill is a mess. You ever walk through Boston Common? The pavement
No,
up
but
there,
I'm saying that.
disgrace.
But that's allowed by the code, and it's allowed by the Beacon Hill as its own historic district, and it's allowed by the city. So
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect. I mean, look at our roads. If people don't maintain it, it doesn't matter what it is. It's not gonna wear well. And concrete has problems too. In Dallas, all the roads are cement, and if they're not done properly, they have to redo them, and they do, and it's terribly expensive. So it's not that it's one building material as is brick, and I think we're looking to try to make something look more historic, and that's what this whole project is about, was the lights and the brick paving. Otherwise, we would have just said
And
we
the
just want to
archway.
put up lights,
Yeah.
the archway thing.
So I wasn't privy to the conversation that went on after I logged off. So the only thing I would reiterate, and I think, Craig, you intimated that it was brought up by Bill, but we went to town meeting and we proposed brick. That's what was approved. And to change it for a reason other than we can't do brick, I don't know, it just seems disingenuous.
Yeah.
And certainly, any material we put in there is got the potential for shift from frost heaves and root growth and whatnot. The advantage of brick over concrete in those situations is you potentially have a smaller area to deal with for the repair. You don't have to go from one expansion joint to the other. If it's just in one small area, you can deal with that. But there are maintenance issues with no matter what material you use.
Yep, right.
But
Well, if listen, it's fine. I mean, if the concrete is done right, there will be zero maintenance theoretically for life. So
I
and
doubt it because of the trees.
the tree thing is, yeah, the tree is the one exception. I mean, there's
Yeah.
pervious concrete that you could do to let the water filter through, but that's a whole nother.
So to me, that's one advantage of brick in the situation we're in, because we're trying to maintain the trees that we have. And we know that we are going to have roots popping up. So we can deal with those in sections, where
Right.
they actually happen, rather than, having
Right.
an entire length that we'd have to repair.
Right.
So-
Yeah. With concrete, you'd have to saw cut a piece and reform and report. So I get
But
that.
that was
The
our
brick is
second
easy.
choice, by the way. We were looking at the stamped concrete with
Yeah.
with the pigment in it. It's a beautiful product. It really
Yeah.
was.
Well,
And-
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad it's not asphalt. So that would be a crime to put asphalt.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah. No. Concrete's a fine material, there's no doubt about it. And I have no doubt it would perform really well. But I think that brick is still our first choice.
Yeah, the whole reason for this committee is, to preserve the historic integrity of the district. And, over time, that integrity in the common has kind of, well, it was before the district existed when they put the asphalt down. I mean, had the
Yeah.
district, been in existence then, I doubt we would have done asphalt.
Yeah.
And it was never brick either. So that's a new material we're putting in there, but it's at least an historically appropriate material. And it's certainly preferable over stone dust, which is what it was originally.
Yeah.
And from a maintenance issue, stone dust would be a lot every year.
Yeah, that'd be a fiasco.
So we weighed these options out ad nauseum, Greg, and because we had to come to a conclusion. Could we support it? And then we had pushback on it, and we had to support our arguments. We did a lot of research. So concrete is an excellent material, but the one thing it doesn't have is a historic element to it.
Yep. I understand.
All right. Anything else you wanted to share on that, Craig, or any other questions for Craig?
No, thanks for letting me, grab the floor for a while and speak on it. And,
And
no, I'm, the timing of this, are you guys thinking springtime?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
early
Put
spring
it
will
out to,
started.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the goal. We hope to get the RFP put together for January, and
Yeah.
then hopefully be able to hit the ground running earlier
Yeah. great.
before the trees
Right.
really start to bud and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I hope you guys get to pick out some nice big caliper trees to put up there. The ones that they put in there, as you guys, I'm sure, have looked at nauseum. Some pretty sad looking little saplings up there they call trees. So to get some nice caliper trees, and I was talking to John Stevens the other day, and I don't, contractually, I don't know how it'll work out, but over at Hopkinton Stone and Garden, I recently purchased a few trees over there, and they grow their own. They have a big farm in Auburn, but they're retail stores in Hopkinton on Lumber Street, and they have some magnificent trees there that would look great up there. So if you have some flexibility with what you go with and where you get them, I mean, that's just a local resource that has nice 3-inch, 4-inch caliper trees that would give it a good start.
yeah, if you could send us some
Right.
information on that, Craig, that would be great, because we are going to be retaining the arborist for the actual construction. They're going to help with, they call it pruning the roots. Basically just, making sure that we're not just ripping things out, trying to preserve the integrity of the roots as we're removing the asphalt and whatnot. But a part of that will be replanting too, and we'll be definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
So send that info along if you could.
I will. Yeah, this guy, he's quite a guy that owns this Hopkinton Stone and Garden. Like I said, he has 1 or 2 farms in Auburn, and they grow everything and they prune it and they manage these trees. And he's a great resource, really bright guy, and would be a great, somebody for you guys to talk to, even about the arborist part, because they do a lot of that as well. But he's got some really nice stuff over there.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Get that info to you.
Yeah, great.
Thanks, Craig, and thank you for your offer too. With the assistance that the association could provide, that's fantastic. And if we were going with that material, we would definitely avail.
Yeah. Well, you know where to find me. I'm not far away. So if there's anything I can help,
Right.
if there's anything I can help you guys with, I'm here and always willing to help.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with the project. It's going to be exciting to see it happen.
Yes, it will.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a great night.
All right. Bye, guys.
So Paul, what else do we have tonight? We haven't gotten.
No, we haven't heard anything more from Jeff or Bill. I did give them their contact information for each other. So my assumption is they're working numbers out. So I don't know, it's kind of a holding pattern until they get things kind of wrapped up. And then we can do a final once over. And then Andy and us will have to, work on the RFP.
Right.
Who's interested in doing it. He's got a template. I think I mentioned that to you before. And it seems like it's a plug-in thing. The big thing is having the engineering plans,
Right.
and having them in the detail
Hopefully.
that we need.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, because the other thing is we're going to have 2 contracts signed, one with Mott Ironworks,
Yep.
and the other one with Hammerworks. And then we got to get the RFP. So all those things hinge on at least the assistant, the interim town administrator.
Oh,
And
right.
they may have to go to the selectmen too. He may very well say that needs to go to the selectmen, especially since, he's a temporary.
Right. Yep.
What needs to get signed by them?
Well, we need those two contracts need to be signed, and we can't sign those. Up to a certain dollar amount, Tim was able to sign things. I want to
This
say
is a CPC project. This is a CPC project. I think all of this, it's us. It's the Historic District Commission.
yeah, but even when we were doing the townhouse, the select board was still signing off on our various contracts. So like when we get a general contractor, they're gonna have to sign off on that as well. Because they're representing the town in that capacity. Up to a certain dollar amount, the town administrator can do it, but we're in a kind of a nebulous area right now because we don't
I,
have
I think for
permanent-
the main contractor, we would almost certainly have to have the BOS sign off, I would think.
I can 100% tell you that we do.
Yeah.
And on the other ones, you know, whether or not the temporary TA can sign off on them, you know, even if he can, he may not be comfortable. I don't know.
Right.
I've never
Right.
spoken to him. Andy
Yep.
has, at least on the periphery, made him aware of the project. You know, they should be pretty much slam dunk items.
Yep, yep.
But those contracts, you know, there's a tail to building the lights. So if we, you know, wait until January, it's going to take them potentially like a couple months to get the lights, which means, you know, he's not going to have those until March. And, you know, then we're going to be starting within a month of that. That may not be enough time. So I'm thinking the sooner we can get those contracts done, you know, I don't think we should wait until we're done with the engineering plans. We know what lights we need. Let's get that signed at least. And the one for Mod Ironworks and the one for Hammerworks, get those two in place. And get
Okay.
the ball rolling on that. So I think that's really our next step. And I'll need to talk to Andy about that.
Okay. Anything else regarding the common project?
I think that's pretty much it. You know, like I said, we're in a holding pattern until we have the engineering plans pretty close to final, like Jeff was saying when we last met.
I do have one other issue that John and I noticed this weekend. There is a trailer, like a temporary office kind of trailer that you see on a construction site, like what Andy has his office in over at the library, behind the doctor's office. And it's at the back of their parking lot. I don't know if you've noticed it or not. It hasn't been there that long. I think it's been there maybe 10 days or so. So obviously we weren't consulted. I called the doctor a couple days ago to inquire about it and left a message, and she very nicely called me back a little while later and was very pleasant. And she explained that because of the virus, they don't have enough examination rooms. They feel the need to separate. I think it was newborn visits from all the other visits, the sick visits and so forth they get. So they have a totally different protocol for certain patients. They call the office from their car. They never actually come into the office. They go directly back to that building or that trailer. And there's I guess a nurse in there that, or a clinician anyway, who treats them. So that's the reason for it. And I think, you know, they still should have come to us, but they didn't. But I said, well, you know, it's obviously a very legitimate reason, and it's temporary. So, you know, we'll be okay with that. So if anyone asks you about it, that's what it is.
What is the address there? Do you know?
Hold on one sec. I'll tell you. So, it's number 9. Grafton Commons.
9 Grafton Commons. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the right call for sure. Obviously, strange times, and you know.
Yeah.
Have we more from Andy on, he sent a note about the meeting. What was the date that they're doing the, for the lighting and whatnot?
December 1st.
At 10?
10:30 maybe. Hold on a second. Yeah, 10:30 on the 1st, which is a Tuesday.
I'm assuming that's a Zoom meeting.
I think he said it was in person. Pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna check.
Double
with him.
check with him, but I think he said that.
'Cause if it was Zoom, it'd be a lot easier to participate, at least for me. Do we have anyone that can go regardless of whether it's Zoom or?
I could do it. John Stevens, you're on the library committee, but maybe you'll be teaching. I'm not sure, but would you want to go? Because
I can't go during the day. I'm pretty locked in.
yep, I can do it then.
Actually, when is it? When is it? Next Tuesday?
December 1st.
The Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I think it's
That's a
Tuesday.
No, I
week
was
from
gonna
next
say if
Tuesday.
it's
2 weeks from this past Tuesday.
if it's this coming Tuesday, I could do a Zoom because I'm not going to be here, but
No, it's the
it's
following.
not. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Second is
no,
a Monday.
I'll be back.
Oh no, you said that. Did you say the 1st? I'm looking at the wrong month. Sorry. Problem.
Yeah, Tuesday.
I was looking at November. Well, I'll check with Andy just to see if it's going to be Zoom,
Sure.
or even if they have it so you can be live, can they also have it Zoom? But at least we know that one of us can go.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty important. They had a bunch of lights in that. I don't know what they did with them. They were pretty much brand new. When they repaved that parking lot back there, which wasn't that long ago, they
Right.
put in these lights, and the poles were huge. They must have been like 20 feet high.
I
And
can't
they
imagine they just threw them out.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. They were ugly though. They were kind of coach-like, but they're funky looking up at the top. But I would think that it could have something that at least looks somewhat period appropriate that could still meet their needs. I find it hard to believe that they don't make anything like that.
Yeah, I just thought that what they proposed was, boy, pretty awful.
We haven't seen anything for the parking lot lights, right? And those are going to be really noticeable because it's right next to 140.
Yeah, yeah.
That is 140, right? Or is it 122? I was getting confused.
140.
All right. I always get them backwards. I didn't see the lights on the building that they had proposed, but from your guys' reaction, I'm assuming they weren't.
Oh, they were
Historic.
extremely temporary.
Yeah.
They look like little flying saucers.
Yeah. I think it's important we'll be there.
All right, guys. Do we think we need to continue chatting, or can we wrap this up?
Well, the only other thing was, and I didn't provide the minutes from our last meeting, but we have 2 meetings worth of minutes that are sitting out there. If we don't approve them this time, then next time we meet, we're going to have 4 sets.
Okay, well, we can approve them now. We've got a quorum. I make the motion that we approve the meetings. From, was it September?
I don't have it in front of me, but it was not from our last meeting, but the 2 meetings previous. So one was our regular monthly meeting in September, which would have been the 17th. And then the next one was in October. somewhere in between. I'm sorry, I don't have the date right in front of me. I can look it up.
Would it be easier to do it the next meeting or whatever you want to do?
Well, I sent all the minutes out, so it's not an issue for me. It's just, we've got all this work going on the project, and we really should get our minutes out for the public to see. But if you hold on a second, I can see if I can what sets I sent.
Yeah, you had sent them together, and I glanced at those, and they look okay to me. I forget what the months were.
I think they're in my sent folder.
Yeah, I'd love it if somebody had the date that they were sent. I'm looking right now, but
Like 2 weeks ago, so. Who's got a police scanner?
that's me.
Keeping up on everything. Oh, because you're a fireman. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
You still do that?
Yeah, believe it or not. Not any heavy lifting anymore. I'm more of a support guy.
All right. I must have sent it from my other email. So bear with me one more second. I'm just going to look them up in the folder. Documents. What's going on, Bill? What are they?
A medical call on Cross Street in South Grafton, a lady with severe abdominal pains.
Cross Street. That's a little shortcut that you take to get on.
Yep,
Yeah.
right.
All right. So it was October 28th. It looks like, in October. Is this right? In October 15th.
Got there a while ago.
Yeah. So they're the 2 October meetings, October 28th and October 15th. Was there one prior to that too, though? Let's see. October 15th. Well, at any rate, I think it's those 2.
Okay. I'm just looking for
There
them
may
here.
have been one more, but maybe I can look one other place.
I thought we approved some recently.
No, we didn't. We passed over last time.
Okay.
The last 2 times we met, we passed over. Let me just look one other place. Scarlet. Three, 1.
I see some from the 15th. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we met on the 15th, right? So it would have been that. Prior to that.
There were minutes for the
Oh,
September.
Jeff, that's Jeff's contact info. I'll look for it. We can just pass over it. Well,
Maybe yeah, if you find them, maybe you can just resend them and then we'll do it the next. Can we do it in a special meeting? We can do a special meeting, right?
yeah, we can. Well, if we go with our next regularly scheduled meeting, we're talking December
December.
17th. So hopefully I'm hoping that we'll have the stuff that we need so that we can meet then and, finalize the engineering plans. So, all right, we'll just hold off till then. And in the meantime, I'll find the email. I'm sure I've got it here. It's just I got to do a search.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that we need to discuss? Anybody? Are we good?
I'm all set.
What's our next meeting?
It's December 17th right now, unless,
I mean, but we don't need to have another one is what I guess I should have said. We're good with just a regular meeting. We don't have a special interim meeting that we're aware of at this point.
not at this point, no. We're just waiting to hear back from Jeff on the engineering plan updates.
If those become available soon, then
Okay.
we,
Then we
Probably
can,
should.
then we could meet earlier.
okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
I second.
Oh, Brett, I'll let
We're
you
in
have
favor?
it.
We're all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Time is it? 8:11.
8:11.